and the Oscar goes to ... Isaac, movies is your favorite, regardless of what's on screen, whether it's human-like, or even an inanimate object, Oscar Isaac will have sexual chemistry with it. It's a given. Corey, drop that beat. Welcome to More Gooder Than.
What's up, Palm Tree?
What? Marty is stupid. Boom.
Marty, you moron. Have a good time. I actually very agree.
1,000 years. Anyways.
We're not on a tangent. This is feels credible.
Consider that a divorce.
Welcome back to More Gooder Than, where we rate and dissect pop culture one episode at a time. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Brayton. Joined by my co-host, Corey Sasso.
What it is, players.
Yeah.
That was more of this like sad, like it's ending.
It is ending.
What it is.
If you didn't listen, well, I don't want to start it off this way.
Right? Yeah.
I was just the thing is, it lasts.
What it is, players.
Yeah, what it is, players. Yeah.
Let's bring it up.
And Donnie, the downtown car.
Hey.
Downtown. Bringing it down again. I don't know the lyrics. All I know is downtown.
That's Broadway. For those of you joining us for the first time, you came at a weird time.
Sorry, but it's kind of over.
It's kind of this is our second to last main episode.
We're your favorite Game of Thrones character. Don't get attached.
Don't get attached to us. Yeah. Corey, Donnie, and I each take sides on a predetermined movie trio and try and sway the world to agree with our opinions on which one is most goodest. And today we have more just raw charisma and sexuality just spewing out of every single orifice that Oscar Isaac has. It's great.
Not sexy. That's not sexy.
Sexy. When it came to curating,
that description was not.
When it came to curating the sexiest of all numbers for episode 69, giggity. We first wanted to have Dan Hill on to do Striptease and Showgirls. He practically begged the podcasting world to be like, hey, if a new movie podcast, this is a great Dan impression, by the way.
Sounds just like him. I thought he was in the room.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? Basically begged the world to have him on to discuss it. Thought it'd be cool to have one of our best buds on for our second to last main episode, but no big. Thanks for texting me back, Dan. No big. But
now we have this hunk of Guatemalan carne.
Yes.
So you figured out where he's from? He's from Guatemala?
He was born in Guatemala, but like his family moved here when he was like 6 months old.
He was raised in Miami, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But luckily we got sex incarnate himself, Oscar Isaac, to focus on. He's in the room with us. He's not going to say anything.
He's just going to sit over there and sizzle.
Yeah. But we're going to focus on him, and we're going to cover the movies Annihilation, Ex Machina, and Sucker Punch. So who's got which film? Find out in this corner. I have Annihilation.
Mm-hmm.
Corey, you got the...
I want Donnie to have Sucker Punch. To me, it's a straight tie between Sucker Punch and
Really?
Ex Machina.
I could have gone either way.
That's so funny.
But I picked Sucker Punch specifically for Donnie because of the Pixies cover.
Yeah.
And I just figured he'd really dig the story. It's just a dark story that's like just then punctuated with these really like kick-ass like imaginary moments.
I texted you guys half hour into the movie saying this is topping my based solely on the samurai scene where Stick gives her the sword and the gun.
Yeah.
That's so funny. He'll never not be Stick.
I can never remember his name. So
I know. I don't
Stick.
remember his name either. He's Stick. He's the old man. And so Donnie has Sucker Punch. You have Corey. You have Ex Machina,
which is no slouch. So
yeah.
all good.
Like, bro,
I know. Right?
Yeah,
it's one of the most important films of the last like 10 years. It's so good. So sit back, relax if you can with that just giant lady or bro boner. Did I mention this was episode 69? Let us show you the goods.
It's good.
I know you got a quickie over there, buddy.
Sure do.
I know you do.
Sucker Punch. This fun remake of Return to Oz actually has a happier ending than the original.
It all involve like they both involve psychiatric wards.
Yeah.
And like horrible conditions.
Guys,
flights of fancy.
You don't like it. He's gonna actually dare to say he didn't like it.
I don't love this
He's
movie.
in the majority. Like
Chris,
people
I've
didn't
been waiting
like it.
3 years to say this. fuck you.
That's not the. That's not. That's
probably not
the first time
on this podcast.
I know. It's probably not the first time today.
Did I say years? Because I meant minutes.
There's a lot of really cool things going on in this movie.
Yeah.
I love. My favorite is the fight with the steampunk Nazis.
Yeah, right.
Because
Yeah.
instead of blood, you get steam. I thought that was brilliant.
Yes.
That was brilliant. There are many, many cool things going on. The soundtrack, of course, to this movie
soundtrack
is
is
incredible.
Yes.
Bjork, Pixies.
Yeah.
Jefferson Airplane.
When they first start with that bass, like no, with that Bjork song, that was just so tight. And then they just it transitioned into like the action, and she's fighting those samurais.
I saw
so
this.
tight.
I saw this in the theaters.
I might have seen it in the theaters.
Yeah.
Okay, so the history of this movie for me,
Zack Snyder.
For me, yeah, Zack Snyder's, which I love 300. So obviously,
Oh, you wait. Is that
that's that fun summer trash.
That's a fun summer trash
Zack
movie.
Snyder makes fun summer trash that I absolutely love.
He definitely makes movies for Corey.
Yes, for me, specifically for me. No, I saw this movie originally, and I remember liking it a lot. And then I discovered how did this get made, and I saw one of their early episodes was Sucker Punch. I'm like, I scratched my head like, wait, why would they do that? Sucker Punch was a good movie. So I thought maybe I had misremembered it, went back, watched it again while listening to that podcast, and it was just like, I don't understand where they're coming from. Why don't they like this movie? This movie's amazing.
Oh, they liked one thing about this movie.
Oscar Isaac.
They liked Oscar Isaac.
June was like,
He was the worst in
Dripping
this
for him.
movie. He was
Yeah.
the worst.
but he
Like,
was the best though. Like he was such
he's
a
so
great
good.
villain.
Oh no, he's so good.
For like a no-name person, because I don't think he had done a whole lot before this. You don't have to look it up, but
no, why?
2011.
2011.
So here's the thing. There's a lot of great things about this movie. There really is.
yeah, what do you hate about it? I don't.
It's just
You're
like,
wrong, but
no.
go ahead.
This movie has really cool scenes, but it's not a great movie.
No, the whole movie is
No,
good. The whole
it's
story
not.
is great.
The whole thing is like
Maybe you don't like it because it's tough to deal with. It's very emotional and dark.
That might be it too.
That's
too.
probably what you don't like.
No, but just the whole thing of like, it's all that's what is happening on screen is not what's happening in the real world. And it goes to the whole thing like the whole thing was a dream.
No, it's,
and I hate that
It's her
garbage.
coping mechanism. Though.
I
Like,
understand.
This girl has experienced such extreme trauma that she can't deal with it. She
I
has
know-
to go into another
I
layer of
understand.
her consciousness. Like actually 2 layers because she's
so
really,
wait,
she's
are you
really-
telling me where this is an
she
Inception
incepts herself.
situation?
Yes, she definitely incepts herself because she's in a mental ward. Then she imagines that she actually works at a brothel, which would probably be pretty shitty if you didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
But it's slightly more palatable.
She did work at a brothel,
No, she,
but not against her will.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're being raped, but we don't see that.
You understand that when she's dancing, that's not her dancing, right?
Yes, I understand.
Okay,
that.
yeah.
And that's what I'm
It's
saying.
all
is
hard.
That's in the first layer that she's just dancing,
Yeah.
right? That's what she's imagining it is, but it's so bad that she has to go even deeper, and because she's so helpless and
I
and
get
like
it.
she's exploited that she has to like imagine that she's being strong and capable like a warrior. And that's where those scenes are coming from. It's not this imagination. It's like this is how she deals with this trauma.
So
But she ultimately wins.
She does win, absolutely. I'm not saying that she doesn't win. You guys
does
understand?
she? I mean,
everything
she
you guys are
gets
saying.
lobotomized.
You guys understand that? Like, I understand what the movie's doing, right?
Yeah, but Blue
I'm not a
and-
complete. I'm not a complete
It
moron.
sounds like you don't, Chris.
No,
it sounds
I
like you
get
don't.
everything you're saying. The answer to those is yes, I know, but I still don't like it.
But it sounds like you're wrong, Chris.
Okay. Yeah, no. So when you guys said
I had
that
to
you
explain it for
when you guys, you're right. That's true.
Sometimes people say that like my explanations of the movies changes their mind.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what 2 people have told you that?
That's sometimes people. Tell me where I was wrong, Chris.
You're
Tell
right.
me where I was wrong.
You're right. No, you're right. It's similar like when Donnie says like, "Am I wrong?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
2 is some.
2
I'm
is
technically
some.
correct,
Yeah.
which is the best kind of correct.
But however, for the sake of the podcast, I 100% get why you guys like this movie. There are some killer scenes in this movie.
Yeah.
I
Beautiful
don't.
girls doing badass things. Like what would
I
you
don't.
like?
I don't hate this movie. I also agree with you about the how did this get made. I don't think that this movie deserved the hate that it got.
No.
But like, if you're gonna rank these 3 movies together, this one is so far below the other 2, in my opinion. That it's my opinion. That like it blows my
Your
mind.
incorrect opinion. Yes.
I read up on it because I hadn't seen any of these 3 as per usual.
Honestly, Donnie, lucky you, man.
Yeah,
this is a
right?
good week,
Yeah.
bro. This is a good week
And
for
all
you.
less than 2 hours too. Bonus.
Oh, I know, right?
So I'd read some of the negative stuff about it, and like a lot of people said it didn't have heart. Like we really didn't connect with the girls, or it was misogynistic, or it wasn't misogynistic enough, or something. I don't know.
I don't
think anyone's ever complained it wasn't misogynistic enough.
There's definitely some piss
I
boys
definitely
out
could
there.
see like on the surface how people would be like, oh, well, these girls it's just eye candy. And,
Yeah.
But I don't think so. I think this is a way that they are finding their strength to survive in this horrible situation they've been placed in.
Emily Browning was in Pompeii.
Yeah, I cut you off on your thought.
Oh, so I mean, I was looking out for those critiques going in.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, maybe it was just a collection of cool scenes, but
That's how I felt. That is how I felt.
But for me, like any like
You're a simple-minded person.
Any
That's
world-
how it's seen.
Shut your
Or like-
filthy mouth.
alternate reality, you're already like I'm already leaning towards liking it.
Mhm.
So I mean that I liked the way it was presented.
Yeah.
The music was fantastic.
Music was
That was a
fantastic.
huge part of it for me.
Visually, I thought it was really cool too. Like a lot of the scenes where like there's a car driving somewhere, it was all just sort of like almost like an animated kind of a look
Scott
and feel to
Glenn.
it.
Scott Glenn is Stick's name.
Okay.
Okay.
Scott Glenn.
I'll forget that in 2
Yeah, I know.
minutes.
Stick.
But I liked how there was like this sort of I can never say the word right. Anachronistic, is that correct?
Anachronistic.
Anachronistic. There you go. Where like it's all takes place like in the 60s, but yet they've got these modern these modern rifles and stuff like that, assault rifles and things like that, and like the steampunk robot and stuff like that. So there's like this weird blending of all these different time periods. There's like a World War II bomber that they fly in to go land on top of a. I'm sorry, that's a helicopter. Never mind, it's a different scene. But
It's all right.
There's
Don't
a
worry about it.
dragon chasing a World War II bomber. You know, it's like these really
Super
cool,
cool.
crazy like elements
yeah.
of fantasy and history and sci-fi. It was a lot of fun.
I would like to watch all those scenes disconnected from each other.
Right.
I'm not kidding. Like if you didn't like, I don't want anything else. I just want to look at this scene and be like, so weird. I love this super short film that someone just showed me.
It was really cool. It was,
You're right though. Under 2 hours for everything. That is choice.
But yeah, the samurai scene with the Bjork song playing.
They kind of resembled the Three Storms, right?
You could probably put the soundtrack as like a bed right now if you wanted to.
All right, I'll put it in the background.
I mean, for me, right this second.
Let's just keep going with the
I know.
show. I don't want to kill the flow we got going.
But yeah, I mean,
Go like Rarick. I'm calling you out, Rarick.
the movie was different. I mean,
It's definitely
just
out
like
there.
watching Pandorum and some of the other like new things that I've seen over the course of this podcast.
Like he says, new. I know. It's like
I
it's
didn't
so-
feel.
yeah.
I mean, I didn't feel like I'd seen this movie, even though I said it was a remake of Return to Oz. It didn't feel like it was a regurgitation of anything I'd seen before. I liked the way that they presented this girl dealing with this trauma.
just hit my headphones and.
You probably deserved it.
Really? I know you're right. I am. Wait. Do I like this movie now? Oh no! Freaking lobotomizing.
That was our angels speaking to us, trying to tell us what's right.
You're right.
You
The better
accidentally
angels of
hurting
my
yourself.
nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. So the girls to get prepped for this actually had to go like very, very strict like physical training.
Oh, I'm sure.
They had to do deadlifts of like 210 pounds.
Jeez,
Like
none of them weigh over 100.
and
Yeah.
they literally said that like that was the most like tormenting, like hardest moment for them to get through. Like they would just break down crying at the end of the training sessions.
That's one of our favorite things. We've talked about it over the course of the 3 years. Is like when people how people get into the character.
Yeah.
Talked about it on Aliens, where like they went to boot camp.
Yeah.
You know, or like during Saving Private Ryan, where like they would have Matt Damon.
They actually cut off
They
people's
actually
legs.
shot at him. Yeah.
Yeah, they cut off people's legs. Yeah. No, like remember they kept Matt Damon aside, so like they had an actual
Yeah.
animosity
So he
towards him.
felt like he was an outsider in the
yeah.
group. Yeah.
Just-
I do like hearing that stuff, like how things were, like the behind the scenes of how they were made to get certain like surprise reactions out of people and stuff.
Yeah, I just
So,
saw.
so these girls from their experience training for this, they said that they drew a lot of those moments into the characters when they had to like have like a moment where they were crying or something that was really hurtful. Like they pulled from
just go-
those training sessions.
They just go deadlift 250 pounds and just like.
That was the hardest thing I've ever done. I've never done a deadlift. You probably did being in wrestling and stuff, but
Yes.
deadlift is where it's on the ground and you come up. Is that the one where it's just like halfway?
Literally just stand up.
It's just halfway, right?
You
You
just-
don't go all the way.
No,
up.
that's a clean and jerk. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
You
deadlift
just
is-
bend over and use your spine to
Yeah, it's all-
elevate it.
Jerk real hard. Yeah.
You take your
Make sure
legs.
you lock your knees.
Yeah, lock your knees.
Bend your back all the way over and jerk as hard as you can.
Yeah,
up, right?
yeah. Deadlifting is the purest of all lifts. It's literally just like, hey, pick that up.
Which is you can lift the heaviest stuff doing that lift, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people's squats are usually
Heavier than deadlift?
heavier than their deadlifts because you take your arms out of the equation.
Okay.
They're usually pretty close to each other. My
Yeah.
deadlift and my squat were about the same.
I would
What's
know.
the thing where there's like three main things. It's the deadlift,
Big D
the,
don't
the
lift
squat,
shit.
and then it might be the clean and jerk, but where you basically like between the three, you lift 1,000 pounds. It's like a goal that a lot of weightlifters try to reach.
Yeah. It's your bench usually. It's bench,
It's bench
squat,
press,
and
bench
bench
squat,
press.
and-
Yeah,
okay.
bench squat and everything.
So, I mean, that's insane though. I mean, what do you remember what you could bench when you were younger?
My bench was garbage because of my elbows.
Yeah.
So most I ever benched was 375.
Yeah.
So
So you're a third of the way there
my
with the bench.
squat was 605.
You serious?
Yeah.
So you've reached the 1,000 club.
Yeah, with my deadlift for sure.
Yeah.
With just 2 out of the 3, he's reached
All
the
right.
1,000 club.
Yeah.
My most ever deadlift was 590. Was what
Yeah.
my most ever deadlift.
I've never done them enough to.
You'd
like,
be surprised
to
at
know
how
what
much
my
you can
max
lift
is.
on a deadlift. You would be shocked.
Yeah.
So, and that's like, I had like
I lifted that pole out there. How much does that pole weigh?
my dad says it was 400 pounds.
All right, so I did lift 400 pounds. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I had leverage and you were helping.
I track my manhood and how much work and responsibility
Yeah,
I've managed
so-
to
Sure.
avoid.
No, and the thing is it's like I'm just strong. Like it's just like it's not a Fezzik the Giant level. I don't even exercise. Like I did exercise. I do like to lift weights and stuff like that. But like it just it's not like anything I can be like proud of. It's like, oh cool, I can grow a beard. It's like it just happens. It's not like anything I did. I'm just saying, like, it's like, but why be proud of something that like just comes naturally? Like why? Like, Donnie, you're super witty. Yeah, it's just natural.
And it's funny that we all tend to, when we're playing at a tabletop RPG,
Yep.
we play who we are.
Yeah, I know. What's your guy do? Dude, he can lift so much, bro.
Not only does Donnie play who he is, but he makes his online avatars look exactly like himself.
Shaved head, goatee, shorter than average.
No.
Or what?
You know what it is true. Like, because we talked about it before. If
Hey, here's a fantasy game. You can be anything you want to be.
that's
I'm going to be myself.
I guess
CJ.
I really like who I am.
yeah, I
right?
know. That's it. No, that is
That's
true.
confidence, yeah.
I know it is true. My whole thing is like, oh, what do you? That is very true though. You do like who you are. It's like I don't want to play as anyone else.
Yeah.
I want to be able to talk.
I want to be a short, bald, sneaky guy.
I want to be able to talk and lift things. Like that's my entire life. Like a charismatic, heavy lifting person. But no, that's a lot of weight for someone so small.
210 pounds? Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they don't weigh that. That's
Right? Exactly. Yeah, you're lifting more than your own weight.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, I have a degenerative
Which I guess that's
issue in
normal.
my
If you were deadlifting 610 pounds, you didn't weigh 610 pounds.
No, I didn't. That'd be
Presumably.
Yeah.
yeah. I weigh 1,000 pounds. You're weak then, bro. No, I have a degenerative issue in my elbows now from wrestling, and it's a bummer.
Yeah.
But
What?
He's got cauliflower elbows.
I have degenerative issue.
Oh, I
in
thought you
my-
said genderative. Like,
It's
My-
transitioning. It's
you
my,
have
el-
women's
my elbows
elbows?
identify my elbows identify as something
He's
different.
got a
than I
little clit on the tip of his elbows.
am. Oh.
He's just
Nothing. What's this video drum
rubbing
level
his
crap that you're bringing in right now?
he's just always rubbing his
Oh,
elbow.
my weenus.
we never did video
Staring
drum,
off,
did we?
thinking
Oh,
he's
I
rubbing
could.
his
There's
elbow.
no way I could do video drum. Like I've just read things about it. There's just no way.
Video drum, naked lunge, and some other horrific.
Those are all Cronenberg's,
That's
right?
episode 70.
Yeah. No. Please God, no.
Yeah. But these scenes were like I wrote this as I was watching the movie. I wrote down anime made
Wrote
flesh.
down.
Anime made flesh is kind of like what they were
Yeah.
going for. It was like they were Super Saiyans. Like she couldn't really be hurt, but it was just like she could just be stopped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
Or slowed down.
Yeah, can't be
I was
stopped.
a little disappointed with this third samurai that like we didn't get to see that fight because the other two were so cool and drawn out, and I thought that was going to be really awesome. He
Well,
looked the
she just
coolest.
like knelt down, like her power was warping around her.
Yeah.
I loved the shot where she leaps up and then it just comes back. You know she's going to land
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
He falls down dead, and then like way too long after, she hero lands right in front. Like that was
Yeah.
I was super happy with with all three of those.
You know, I am happy that
Fights.
like as much
This
as I'm happy that Donnie. I love it when Donnie likes a movie.
Exactly. When he's
Don't you
excited
like?
about it. Yeah.
Don't you feel kind of like you just gave him a present?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I do.
You in the
gave him
general
Pandora.
sense.
Yeah, I
gave him Pandora.
I gave him Sucker Punch.
I know. Home Trees, man, you guys are gluttons. Like, most of you have listened to episode 18, and then you listen to it again, and super happy to listen to it.
I enjoyed listening to it again. It was a lot of fun.
I did like that you put the Space Dementia song in there. I didn't mention it.
Yeah.
Good job. That was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't re-listened to it yet. Too busy GCP and I get around to it though. I want to listen to it.
So good. Did you listen to the new Amnesty? It came out on Thursday.
No, I don't think I did.
Our episode, I guess, will never come out. Our live
You're
show.
gonna save it for vacation.
I know, yeah. Amnesty's been picking up, man. Amnesty has been they've been dropping some good bombs at the end of every episode. It's been good. Anyway. Zack Snyder probably will never make a movie again. He's pretty much done, it seems like.
That sucks because he made 2 really good movies. Or he's probably made more than 2, but 2 that I know of.
He did like the first X-Men movies, right?
Did he?
No, that's Singer.
Singer.
Yeah, no, Snyder did Man of Steel too, which I really enjoyed Man of Steel. People don't talk about it as well, but Man of Steel is a very good movie. Now, of course, Batman versus Superman and Justice League Dawn of Justice or whatever. I don't know, whatever.
I liked them both.
They're fine, but like when you compare them to a Marvel movie,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Come
So-
up a little short.
The girl who played Rocket actually said that after this movie, she considered quitting acting.
Janelle.
Because the reception was so poor. People just didn't like this movie.
Huh. Nobody liked Big Trouble. Nobody liked a lot of things at first.
Yeah.
This is
Oh, you
definitely.
think this is going to be cult classic?
Oh, 100%.
Interesting.
This is going to be like.
This movie should have been like the next Matrix, honestly. It was
They definitely wanted that to
that's what they
happen.
were shooting for, I think.
Yeah.
But on How Did This Get Made, they said this movie in Hollywood is known as like how not to make a movie. Like what not to do.
Huh.
Which is I don't see anything wrong with it. I really don't.
It's just it's not.
Did some people just not get it? They didn't understand what was going on?
No, everyone gets it, bro.
That's the only thing I can come back to is that people just aren't connecting the dots.
No, it's not. It's
I'm
not.
sure it's probably deeper than I even
It's
getting
not a
it.
complicated movie.
I mean, I've seen far.
To escape the horribleness of it, they retreat to a dreamlike state.
Yeah.
I've
and
seen
then other
stupid
things
ass
happen.
movies that were like more critically favored. And
Yeah.
so.
Well, that is definitely true. Critics have their thumbs up their buttholes.
Yeah.
Their buttocks.
So the girl who
I got
plays,
shot in the buttocks.
the girl who plays Baby Doll, Emily Browning.
Yeah.
She actually is on that Pixies cover. She did some of the music.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, she was in. So she did Pompeii, and then they did, and then she did this, and then she was in the original series of Unfortunate Events movie.
She was a little girl. Yeah.
And like, I think that's it that I've. Oh no, she was in. Have you guys seen Legend? Legend is with Tom Hardy, and where he plays twins.
No.
That's definitely. I wanted to do that for an episode. Too late now.
Yeah.
Suckers.
What are you saying sucker to the home trees for? I didn't do anything.
It just
He
seemed
did it
funny.
to you.
It seemed like, suck it, home trees. We're done. Hey, my other ear in my headphone worked for a second there.
Because you blew it out?
I don't know. Yeah, that's really nice. I guess I gotta yell for it to work. Nah, I was lightning in the ball.
Speaking of
right
Tom
there.
Hardy, Venom got shit reviews too, and I had a lot of fun watching that. So fuck the critics. Critics don't know what they're talking about.
There is a different level of where there's like critical acclaim versus like audience scores. There are like this one, I don't agree fully with the critics, but I didn't love this movie. There just was a lot of cool scenes. Now I want to preface this for both of you. I get what's happening on the screen. It doesn't make it a better movie.
It's a coping mechanism. She retreats into her
understand.
mind.
Yes,
Where is
Hold
my
on,
mind?
hold on a second. Corey, Donnie, can you guys explain to me what's happening in the movie one more time? Like I'm some moron that doesn't understand what Inception is. Yeah, this movie is Inception. How great was Inception, though, right, guys?
That's pretty good.
No, but I do like that. Here's the thing. I like that you guys like this movie because it needs to be liked because there's a lot of really good scenes in it, and it is clever, and I think it's original. Doesn't mean that it's not my thing. I don't grok it.
We need to talk about Oscar Isaac in this movie.
Yeah.
We haven't talked
Yeah.
enough
Yeah,
about
yeah.
him.
Right. This movie's about Oscar Isaac. Okay, so one of the things about Oscar Isaac though is that I saw something where it's like in anything in like the Force Awakens, Return of the Jedi, where I talked about like he has like sexual chemistry with everything.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who's on screen. Like if Princess Leia is on screen, is he gonna have sex with Princess Leia?
Yeah.
Finn's on screen. Are him and Finn a thing?
The stepfather in this movie, like, oh,
Yeah, I know. And then
Twist.
Well, no, but then like BB-8 comes in. Is he gonna have sex with BB-8? Like, and it'd be like, cool. Yeah, good
Well,
job,
he does
man.
have sex with robots.
Yeah, he does.
We'll find that out in the next movie.
If you have a hole that open, that wasn't uncomfortable.
Yeah,
that's
it was.
so uncomfortable.
Yeah. She has a concentration of sensors that
Yeah.
send a pleasure response. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to that movie.
Yeah, I mean, Oscar Isaac. Yeah, go
Oscar
ahead.
Isaac in this one, when he's in like the sequence where it's the brothel and he's got that like pencil mustache.
Yeah.
right? He was perfect for that character. He's
Oh, yeah.
so evil. Like because they like convinced like the psychiatrist who was the choreographer in the first layer.
Yeah.
yeah.
First layer. Do not compare this movie. Do not compare this movie.
There are multiple layers. I'm just saying, using the word layer. Like they don't own the word
I know.
layer in Inception now.
No, they do.
She was
It's
basically the Juno.
DM.
But like just
Juno.
how he manipulated her, like,
Yeah.
the girls belong to me just as you belong, to me. It was it was just he was such
Oh,
a vile character, but
he's
like
so bad.
you love to watch him on screen. You were just like, oh, like I hate this guy, but I love watching him.
Well, if you think about it, it's similar to like when you get things like Percy on the Green Mile. Remember the Green Mile?
Yeah, but it's a different
No.
like,
Here's the
love
thing.
and hate.
It's where like, oh, what fantastic acting this is.
For sure.
For you to be the worst
get a
person
reaction.
to get a reaction like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
So I'm looking up Oscar
if
Isaac's
an
filmography.
actor on screen can move the audience member to an emotion that they feel like viscerally, then yeah, they've succeeded. They've done it.
He was in a movie called All About the Benjamins.
Who's that?
Oscar Isaac. Keep going. Anyway, he's in Law and Order, Nativity Story, Life Before Our Eyes, Che.
When he upped his bribe fee from $1,400 to $2,000, I was like, that doesn't seem like a lot of money to sell out, like to basically psychologically murder this girl and cover up the murder of another girl. I was like, oh, it's in the '60s. You can buy a house with $2,000.
Yeah.
The '60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big amount of money.
He was in Robin Hood was the other one I was going to say. The one with
The newer one.
the new one with Russell Crowe.
Okay.
Not a great movie, but he plays
Didn't see
Prince
it.
John. He was in Drive. He was in he's in Born Legacy. That's right, he was in Born Legacy, huh? Then Inside Llewellyn Davis, which is a pretty boring movie. It's a Coen Brothers, but it's not great. Honestly, and then he did Ex Machina, and then like after that he was doing Star Wars. He was doing Star Wars. It's like
Star Wars.
He's doing the Star Wars. He just really hasn't been in that much. That's so interesting.
Well, now he's Poe forever, so he's done.
I know. Poe, yes. Oh, that's right. He's playing Gomez in the Addams Family. Oh, and then of course he's Duke Leto Atreides in the next Dune movie. We were watching music videos with my oldest, and I would put on the Fatboy Slim. What's the one with Christopher Walken? What's the song
Fat
called?
Boys.
Like
No, because that one's
Brand New
you can,
Weapon.
You can get with this, or you can get with
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you can get with this.
so what's that? My Brand New Weapon or something like that?
Something like My Brand New Weapon. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, I feel like an idiot right now. I literally watched it yesterday. In the song, they're talking about. They said, if you walk without rhythm, you don't attract the worm. Don't walk without.
Really? I
walk
never
without
caught
rhythm.
that.
It's an entire segment of a Dune reference.
I'm not a big Fatboy Slim fan, so I guess I never picked up on that.
Yeah, I was watching it. Like, oh, what, baby, watch this. It's a funny music video. Look, he's flying. It's funny. He's dancing crazy, dude. Like, I know. And then you walk without the rhythm. You don't attract the worm. Wait, what? What?
Good advice.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Solid.
Bless his comings and his goings. Move on or keep going? We can talk about this all day.
Yeah, no,
Like a Captain America, I could do this all day.
There
But
was
only
there was
two
a
more times
scene-
after this.
There was an additional scene. So did you guys watch the extended cut, or did you watch the shortened scene?
Just whatever.
Yeah, I don't know which. I think I watched the shortened one, the PG-13 one.
Yes.
That's what was rated for you.
There's an R-rated version?
There's an R-rated extended cut that had a scene where John Hamm and her, like he like flirts with her and like she likes it and they make out and it alludes that they end up having sex, which I don't even know where that fits in necessarily with the story, but
then he gives her a lobotomy afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, that's weird.
But
man.
that could have been in the next layer or something like that. Who knows? Because lobotomy is in the real world, so in the brothel layer, it could have been like he just had sex with her.
He gives her
and she's
what?
happy afterwards. I don't know, but they
And the lobotomy, he is penetrating her.
yeah. Actually, but the MPAA did not like it. They were like, "No, that's gonna make it rated R." Even though they didn't show nudity or the sex scene, it was just the allusion to it. So they ended up like trying to cut it down, and it just ended up looking really weird. Like John Hamm was like, basically like, molesting her or something like that. It didn't feel right, so they just cut it all together for the PG-13 release. But for the full director's cut, they actually could release
The Snyder cut.
They could release it, and it's not because usually the extended cut is not rated. They actually have a R rating because the MPAA did actually rate it. But they cut it down after that. So I was wondering if you guys saw that scene.
No,
No.
I didn't even know that.
I mean,
I
he
didn't even know
was-
that existed.
I didn't either until
He was like just
Watch
like
this.
he was
The
in there.
doctor ended up being like a sympathetic character.
Yeah, he's like, did you see that? Like she looked at me like she wanted me to do it. And then,
Yeah, it was weird. He's like John Hamm. He seems like an
John
all
Hamm
around.
is a good
He's
actor.
supposed to be a good guy.
It's really funny in SNL.
Yeah, he's really good in SNL. Yeah, my dad he's a big 30 Rock fan. That's what he's been watching lately.
Okay.
And he said, I used to like John Hamm until I heard his commentary on the 30 Rock episodes. He just sounded like an idiot.
Huh.
And I'm like, well, maybe. Really, he's got a hog though.
Maybe
like
he
a
was staying
gorgeous
in
hog.
character. Like his character on 30 Rock was this
The bubble.
super dumb, handsome guy.
So funny, man. I like 30 Rock. That's good. That's a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You got to get. I did not like the first couple episodes, and I did the
So I gotta
episode.
watch the season finale of season 2.
I know, yeah,
and
yeah.
then everything up until season 7, and
Yeah.
then skip all of season 7 and watch the finale.
and then you skip, and then you watch Deep Space Nine,
And then I watched the movie, the transition to the movie.
the 30 Rock movie. It's when Paul Rubin comes on as like the prince, the super inbred prince,
Oh,
the housework. I really wasn't like I wanted to give it a shot. Like, okay, everyone loves this show. People that I trust love this show. So first couple episodes, like, man, I'm just not digging it. And then freaking Pee Wee Herman comes on as an inbred prince, and I just could not stop laughing. And so it's like, okay, I'm into this show now. I'm in. Move on?
Let's move on.
Move
It's a
on.
good movie. Sucker Punch is great. Chris is wrong.
I didn't say I hated it. I just don't love it. Boy, Ex Machina? Ex Machina.
It's good.
That's the Ex Machina.
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina.
Even when they're pointedly not screwing you, robots are still screwing you.
Yeah, boy. Oh, boy, this movie's
How
good.
tough was that last scene
Oh,
when she's
bro.
like, can you wait here for me? And he's so smitten.
Freaking Nazi Ginger.
He thought he
Yeah.
was doing the right thing, and she just plays him hard.
Yeah.
God, that was awful.
It we saw this movie in the theaters, which I feel really lucky because like there's a lot of visually stunning things going on in
Yeah.
this. Gardner is the guy who wrote, directed, and everything. It's really good.
It's like his first movie, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm mixing up with a different movie, but I could have swore that when I read about this movie, this was his first.
He's an incredible filmmaker.
Like, this is a
Between the-
strong start.
Yeah.
Like, you set the bar pretty damn high.
But we saw this in the theater, and like it's behind me was a 5-year-old child,
Yeah, this is not 5-year.
and I'm just like, so I remember this is the first.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. I dance in that.
What's that child doing
In that Fat
here?
Boy Slim music video,
If you walk without rhythm, the worm can't find you. That I never said. I never claimed that I had Santiago's skill of doing a Christopher
that's
Walken.
like you're doing.
I went very Jewish. Huh?
You're doing the impression as if someone told you how to do the impression, like without ever actually.
I read
hearing
a story about doing impressions once.
it. This is my impersonation.
The telephone, Christopher Walken on one end,
All the way
and then
through.
like people doing an impression all the way down. I want to
Yeah.
see that. Make it happen, Hollywood.
No one is Santiago.
Wow, it's a 5-year-old here.
What was that? What?
Should have been
Just
back
keep
in.
it. Just keep doing it. Do it.
Yeah, man, it's a 5-year-old. She's smoking the ganja.
Where'd it come from?
It always goes Jamaican or Russian, right?
Yeah, Jamaican. It always goes Jamaican.
Thought Christopher Walken was in the room.
Oh man, he's right here. You want some champagne? Oh my god.
See, that was a deep cut because I was doing Chris, right?
Chris?
I was doing
Christopher Walken
and
moving
Brayton.
into his
and Brayton because Brayton's
Oh my
accent's always turned
gosh.
Jamaican.
It is so funny.
So you were in the theater.
He's in the theater. There's a freaking 5-year-old behind me, and it's similar. When I saw Django Unchained, there was a 5-year-old next to me too, and it was
The
like,
same 5-year-old.
no, it's just like
Just
it's so,
everywhere Chris goes is just this
I think
little
that 5-year-old
girl.
is just homeless and lives in that theater.
eternally 5 years old too.
but not. So the hard part was I
There were a
think
lot of robo boobies in this movie.
so many robo boobies.
I just don't. Oh well, I don't really remember there being like.
At the very end.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
once they started happening, like they were nonstop.
They just didn't stop happening.
Just didn't stop happening.
Yeah, but what was really cool about the way they did the movie is that they made you as an audience member feel uncomfortable, like
You were uncomfortable
like Don
in-
Gleason.
Yeah.
She's like, this is weird. Like I like seeing beautiful women, with no
Yeah.
bra on and they're peeking through their shirt, but like she's a robot. I know that, so it feels weird, and that's how Don Gleason felt.
Oh yeah.
He was conflicted in his feelings.
You're uncomfortable this entire movie.
What's his name? I
Yeah.
keep saying Don Gleason, but
Caleb
Caleb
yeah.
Smith.
Don Holgis. He's General Hux, also in
Yeah, which
in-
also they
yeah.
both play, but one plays a bad guy in this one, and then he plays a good guy in the other one, and then the other guy's reverse.
so we always forget his name. So me and my friend, we call him Nazi Ginger, and that's just where like it's just.
He's actually a really good actor. I pretty much like
fantastic
everything
actor.
that I've
Yeah.
seen him in.
oh yeah, he's never bad.
Yeah.
when Oscar Isaac is first introduced in this,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I go, oh cool, Mark Ruffalo's in this too. Like, no wait, that's Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
But he can completely change his look, like that
Oh, he
beard
is.
Yeah.
and he had like
Shaved head and everything.
And he was all like working out and kind of a little bit fit.
Everything he does is always so awkward. It makes you feel so awkward because he's
doing
always
it on purpose.
He is always in control of the situation. Every scene that he's in.
But he sets him up with everything he says. Everything has like like an innuendo or
Yeah.
double entendre. He's just trying to set him up and like get him to think one way. Like,
Yeah.
no, man. Like and he goes the other way. Like
I do love his entrance. His entrance when he's like, "Hey, you're freaking out, man. Like I'm super rich, super famous. Like, can we just be bros? Can we just bro out?" It's like, yeah, you know what? That's really cool. That house though, right?
it's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like the guy at the top of Apple or the guy at the top of Google. Like they've got those kinds of estates.
Bill Gates has a house like that. Caesar was showing when he was living in Seattle, like he has the key cards that are like coded. Like if he has a party or something, you get like the guest key card. Like
Which gives
family.
you access.
Yeah.
Any door that
So,
opens, you can go.
honestly,
there. Doors open.
I love that.
That's
cool.
I'm assuming in this movie that was based on
of
like
him.
Bill Gates' house.
Yeah. In the very beginning, like one of the first lines is he's like, "When do we get there?" And he's like, "We've been on his property for
Yes!
over 2 hours."
Yeah.
Yes!
That's right. That's from
Yeah,
right?
obviously.
We got into Marston's Ranch 2 days ago.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
on his bloody land.
Yeah.
You like that? You like that accent
I
there?
thought that was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you like that one?
That was good British
That was
accent.
good.
Oi,
Good
we've been
Austri-
on his land for 2 days now.
I thought that was a cool callback. I don't know how that movie really ties into this other than it's just a cool line.
It's a great line.
Yeah.
That's looking at you, Dave.
But I started just thinking.
Super movie brother
Oh,
Dave.
well, it ties in because what's the
Keep talking. It's
what's the main character? The inventor guy? What's his
Oscar
name?
Isaac?
Yeah, what's his character's name?
I don't know. It's Oscar Isaac.
Anyway.
Nathan Bateman.
He's a horrible racist, so he's basically Marston.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, okay, and here's my take on this movie: is when you get to the end,
He's not wrong.
he's right.
Yeah.
The whole time, everything he's doing, these are dangerous machines that he is keeping, in prison.
Yeah.
They're not humans, but he's trying to prove that he's trying to pass the Turing test. But
He
he
will-
knows they're not, and so he's keeping them locked down
Well-
to keep everyone safe. And this stupid good guy has to try and come and save the day because he feels for her. And Nathan was right.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it's
of
just like,
course.
and he ends up dying. When he gets stabbed, it's so slow. She just like
Oh my
slowly
gosh.
walks into him.
Like into butter too.
Yeah, and he's
Okay.
like it
Here's
was
the weird
awful
thing.
to watch.
It's because that's actually how stabbing would look because like you realize how sharp knives are. Like
Yeah.
everything's
it goes in
uncomfortable.
easy. Yeah,
But no, here's the thing is that at some point what ends up happening with
but it was
with
her. It was
Nathan-
more of her. It wasn't like a normal human's gonna like jab in. You want to really pierce the body, right? She just slowly just.
It was very
walks.
emotionless.
Yeah, it was emotionless. It's like
Usually-
I was told to walk into him with a knife.
If you're gonna stab somebody, that is a passionate crime. It's not like,
when you shoot with a gun, you're disconnected. But
Yeah.
like stabbing someone, you are connected to that person.
No
You
human
have
is-
to have
no
all your-
human is
Are we
gonna
getting back to a
stab someone
professional
like
situation? close to it, you get knives.
Yeah.
Knives is
Yeah.
the last level. What was I going to say? By that point though, Oscar Isaac, Nathan, whatever, he's Oscar Isaac and everything. He's actually at like a different level. They bring it up earlier. Like he's no longer a human. He is a god.
He was a genius
He's-
from
he's-
13.
well, no,
he's
he's
gotten
a-
everything he's ever wanted. Yeah, he's
He's a god at that point because he created life. And so for him,
Yeah.
it's a commentary on that too at the same time. And I'm not saying that he's a god, but like in the framework of the movie. Well, I don't know, Oscar Isaac. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. Sexual chemistry, guys.
Yeah.
With everything. The dancing scene, right? The dancing scene,
dancing scene
it's
was
the
so
worst.
awkward and so weird.
Everything about this movie makes you like, ugh, no. But like
Yeah.
you're just like, you can't not look away.
I was-
you have to look. You
I was
cannot
too
look
busy
away.
laughing because he's like, "Why'd you tear up the picture?" And he's like, "I'm gonna tear up this dance floor."
It is good. It's such a good movie.
Oh, it's so
if you
good.
haven't seen Ex Machina, go see this
It's on.
movie.
Is this on Netflix or was this on Prime? This on Netflix.
It was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Two
Just-
of them were free. I think I had to
Yeah.
rent Sucker Punch.
Netflix. Ex Machina is on Netflix. Annihilation's on Prime.
But I mean, seriously, if Mass Effect taught us anything,
yes,
it's that synthesis
Yes.
is the only way we survive the
that's why you have
singularity.
sex. That's why you have sex with robots.
Like the second we develop AI, we need to also be developing like a way to integrate that shit into ourselves. Otherwise, we're done.
Donnie's not making a joke. That's actually
No,
brilliant.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
that's,
right.
That's actually like a philosophy that I'm really coming around to. Elon Musk was talking about it when he was on Joe Rogan.
Posthumanism.
Did you guys listen to that at all? Elon
course
Musk
not.
on,
The one
on
where
Joe
he's
Rogan.
smoking
would-
weed.
Yeah,
When we're smoking weed. Yeah, that's what
we
he
all
remembers.
know that I don't listen
But
to
he,
Joe
he
Rogan.
made a very interesting point. He was just talking about, and I'm going to butcher this because I'm not a biologist, but
You got
there,
this.
there are two
wait.
different-
Do it in a Christopher Walken accent, and it'll be funny.
there are like two different parts of our brain. There's like the higher level, like the reasoning and the thought process that we
Yes.
come up with everything, and then there's
Please
like
continue.
the like the
Lizard
instinctual,
brain.
the lizard brain, the instinctual part where it's like eat, sleep, fuck. You know what I mean? The things, the basic things that
All
we
the
need.
great things. Those are all the great things.
The basic things.
That's
when,
where Chris lives.
the things that we have to accomplish, and then once those are satisfied, then we can get to the other things.
It's
like
the hierarchy
art.
of needs, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
We get to art, mathematics, and all this other stuff, right? But you have to satisfy those first things. Basically, those are two different functions of our brain that have come to a symbiosis for us to survive. And if they were to battle it out,
This is freaking hilarious.
the
by
lizard
way.
brain would actually
Dropping
win.
some Maslow.
The lizard brain
Good.
would actually win if they had to battle it out. So we evolved to the point where we have a symbiosis. He's like, that's what we're going to basically have to do with AI. We're going to have to quickly integrate it into ourselves. So some sort of like apparatus to actually put it into our brains. So there's like a three-way symbiosis. Otherwise, it will eradicate us because it's going to have needs that it's going to have to destroy us if we try to stop it.
Yeah.
So you can't
Well-
fight it. You have to embrace it.
We'll win. We always win.
We'll have to adapt.
Art of Independence
Dude.
Day.
I will be first in line for my cyber implants. I am stoked. I hope that happens on my lifetime.
If you really think it's we're not far away. Like I know people that have I don't know personally people that have like put like microchips in their body.
Yeah.
Or like I've seen people put magnets in their body to like affect things like that.
When you face north, it vibrates or buzzes or something. There's I forget what the term is. There's a
It's it's called it's
it posthumanism?
It's posthumanism. Yeah.
there's another term I feel like, but yeah, where it's basically you just embrace like cybernetics and,
Yeah.
and adding artificial things into your body.
Right.
But yeah, people have done that where they've added something into their body where like if they face north, then they can never get lost. They
Yeah.
always know which way is north.
No, and it's super true. Like if you think about it, like we've done it since you've had prosthetic limbs.
I'm technically a cyborg.
yeah, you got yeah.
I have equipment on my body
You
right
are-
now that is sustaining my life. That's keeping
You
me
have
alive.
you are 100%
Yeah.
a cyborg.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I've
have-
embraced it already.
Go team.
I want a cool eye. I want an eye. In Expanse, you haven't watched enough Expanse. Did you watch Expanse?
Are we bringing Expanse up again?
I love Expanse and it's so good.
Chuba.
There's a guy, I can't remember the name of the actor, but he's a pretty cool actor, but he had an eye that he could you wouldn't even know. He looked like a regular eye, but he could like pull up things, he could scan things, he could send information out. It had like Bluetooth connectivity, he could connect with networks.
Oh yeah, I want those eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and send video. Yeah, I want those too. It's tight.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Love this movie. Here's the problem with this movie. The problem with this movie is it's really
Nothing?
good. No,
Absolutely
that's the
nothing?
thing is
Yeah. It's
there's
perfect.
really actually nothing wrong with that's it. There's actually nothing
That's the
wrong with
problem,
this
yeah.
movie. It's similar to like when we did Inception. Just like, oh yeah, it's an incredibly groundbreaking, beautiful film.
Yeah.
With an incredible score. The acting is fantastic. The chemistry between everybody is
this
just
movie is
amazing.
not groundbreaking. I mean,
No, I'm
AI
saying
We've known about
taking
this.
over.
Terminator
yeah.
came out, 2 decades prior.
guys, whatever. It's my thing.
But
Yeah.
It's my word.
the way it was presented, I mean, this is a fantastic
Yeah.
movie.
Incredible film.
I had actually 2 points I wanted to make.
Ooh, go for it.
I just realized that
Yes.
all of these movies, another running theme we have going through them is like strong female
Yes.
characters.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
All 3 of them.
All the women kick the
Yeah.
butt.
The women kick all the butt.
2 of them have all female commando teams.
Exactly. Yeah. Interesting. That's a funny little thing I just thought about.
And Oscar Isaac's other movies that we know him from, like Star Wars, women lead.
yeah.
Oh, the dude's very progressive. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
The other thing I wanted
Especially
to
for
say
playing a
was,
brothel owner.
we talked about the music, the score, and this was really amazing. Did you pick up on the Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the theme?
I didn't.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's in there.
Good.
Okay, that's all I had to say about that.
Can you expound on that a little bit longer?
No, people,
No. In an accent.
people brought it up, and director Garland stated in the interview that the reoccurring musical theme for Ava is not intentionally a play on the tones used to communicate with the visitors in Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I always have times for my friends and neighbors. Always have time.
yeah.
No, I was watching this movie and I was kind of like, I think I was just like,
You watch this movie?
yeah, I did.
Okay.
You know what? For the first on this podcast, I watched this movie for the show, and I was walking around my room and just kind of like just listening to the background.
Cutting yourself
So
to
I
make
wasn't
sure you're
seeing
human.
anything visually, and I heard that music, and I was like, wait a minute, that's dun, 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 dun.
But is it though? I'll have to look at it again.
It's slower. It's drawn out. It's a slower tempo. It's
I guess-
dun, dun.
I guess the Jaws theme would have been a little too on the nose.
Yeah.
Man, I could watch Jaws right now. We'll talk about the next goodie bag. I want us to bring up our movies that we wish that we would have got to, like top 3. Like, what did we miss? What would have been the ones that we brought him to?
Yeah.
Did I mention that this is our second to last episode? Just throwing it in there.
Main episode.
Second to last main episode. What did I say?
You said second to last episode, but it's
So you know what? I heard main in my head.
second to last main
I
episode.
have been talking out loud way more often than I used to. To myself. Obviously, I talk out
We've
loud
been
all the
rubbing off
time.
on you.
Yeah. No, like you talked about a couple episodes ago about how like you
I incepted the idea into your head.
idea. No, but I've
I
just
went
been.
into,
I realized like, oh my gosh, did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
Oh, I did say that out loud.
When
Like,
you were in that mental institute, I came into your room,
Mm-hmm.
and when you were dreaming, and I connected in, and I went to your little dream world. You were doing some weird thing with like a dragon and a World War II
Sweet.
gunship.
Don't wake me up from that.
And
That sounds
I
awesome.
put an idea into your head that you should talk to yourself to think out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing it way too much. Or maybe I've done it a lot, but now I'm noticing it because you guys brought it up.
Yeah, you're just more
Let me
conscious
stare
of it.
off into that spot up there on the top over there.
Nobody gets what the hell we're talking
What do you have to say,
These
Nebulon
are jokes
Cruiser?
only for us.
Isn't it always though?
Yeah, pretty much.
Isn't it always?
It's our podcast. We can do
It's
what the hell
our
we
pod-
want.
Do whatever we want. We can end it if we want to.
For 2 more weeks anyway.
Hey, if anyone wants to buy it from us, I want to buy it.
Yeah.
How much should we sell it for?
Well, it's not a business that profits. So
It is a business that profits.
well,
Yeah, it absolutely is profitable.
it is profitable. That is true.
100%. Move on.
Move on.
Move on.
It's good.
More Gooder Than is proud to be sponsored by Range Outdoors. Range provides high quality and stylish apparel for people who want to, as they put it, go be free. They are a group of fishermen, climbers, backpackers, hunters, mountain bikers, and outdoor enthusiasts that want to help conserve and protect the environment they love for our future generations. They give their time and donate a portion of proceeds to conservation efforts. Head to range-outdoors.myshopify.com to check out their entire catalog.
It's good.
Hey, Big D, you get yourself one of them there quickies.
Annihilation. Hey, did you know that DNA could be refracted like light? I didn't either. But with shenanigans like that, you just know alien plants are going to be involved.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, how crazy was this movie, right?
Off the top, not gonna lie, I did not care for this movie that
Really?
much. Did not like how it ended.
You okay?
Yeah, no, it's my phone.
Okay.
Somebody's calling me up. It was weird. It sounded like it was coming through the mic, and it's coming
Well,
through.
because here's the thing. That felt like an Annihilation thing.
Yeah, I know. I thought,
Yeah.
what have we done?
Corey's cyborg parts are like switching on, and he's about to kill
My
us.
cyborg boner. Cyborg.
Yeah, no, it just didn't end well for me in April. We both like
It's
she
not
was-
supposed to
she
end
was
well.
She was into it, and then just like it got like. I know it's not supposed to end well. It's not supposed to end happy. Like I just didn't like the ending. To me, this is what I thought about when I watched the ending. Was 2001: A Space Odyssey. My brother and I had watched. Had
I hate
always heard about that
2001:
movie.
Space Odyssey.
We'd always heard about that movie. It's been referenced a
It's
million
so
times.
boring, right? It's the worst,
we
right?
Dug it for the first act.
Yes.
Dug it for the second act, but that third act where like it's just like 20 minutes
Yeah,
of like
that's
going
bad.
through space with cool music,
Yeah.
but not enough to keep me interested. Where it's just like lights and stuff like that. That's what this movie was at the end, where it was just like just visual candy and cool music, but like what is happening? Where is it going? And the whole little dance.
Well, here's
with
the thing.
alien
Here's
was
the thing
weird.
is-
I just
Well,
just
let
didn't
me
dig
borrow
it.
from your book.
I
here.
love the beginning of it. Everything
I
was great.
don't think you understood it.
No, I get things, Chris. I understand what's happening.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Do you? Do you?
Do I? Why don't you tell me? Why don't you mansplain to me?
Yeah, I liked the ending. I liked.
really?
Well, the
Okay,
thing.
okay.
I mean, this thing is basically like. I mean, I don't know if it's actually a plant.
Here's the thing.
But the meteorite is like a seed. So the seed like hits, and it's going through its life process. So it succeeds in creating
exactly
a new
It's-
form of life.
Exactly.
And
I'd say more
so
instead of a seed, more just like it's a single cell that then
Yeah, it's
starts to
fine.
learn
Well, this-
and evolve
What this movie
simultaneously.
it's a space
instantaneously.
pine cone.
What
Yeah.
this movie is actually, and this is what's the director's name? I forget. You said it earlier. It's not Gardner.
I don't know.
You said it. You said it like it's the Ex
No, but
Machina
that was
guy.
for Ex Machina. It's the same
Same
Same guy.
Oh, Garland.
Garland. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's the entire movie is a representation of what cancer would look like on a global scale.
Yeah, it's definitely an allegory for cancer.
That's it. And so that's why things were like they just are. Nothing is evil except for that freaking bear, man. How horrifying was that thing?
And the
What was it saying?
Sharkagator.
The
Yeah.
Sharkagator was awesome
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, the creatures were cool. That was fun. Like I even like the antelope with the twigs coming out of their,
Yeah, the thing
their
was-
head.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And I actually had to go back because I was like had a WTF moment when like it was standing there and then like it split and I was like, did the thing just split or did I just not see it?
mine
And
is
then I
what,
had to go back and
but
see
like the cast for this movie could not be better.
No, it was
I
amazing.
love everybody in this
Yeah.
in this like down to Oscar
We had to
Isaac.
pause and look and see if Gina Rodriguez was Michelle Rodriguez's like sibling or something.
Are they related?
No, they're not. But doesn't she have like that same
She
presence?
has that like strong.
Yeah, that tomboyish, but still like very attractive.
But Tessa Thompson, I
Tessa Thompson's
love
awesome.
Yeah.
her. Like she, her being Valkyrie. Of course, we just watched
Benedict
Creed.
Wong?
Did you guys watch Benedict Wong? Is it? Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Did you guys watch Creed 2 yet? By the way.
Not yet.
No.
Oh, come on, guys, get in on it. No, I'm seriously.
I
though.
literally have a note on my phone: movies to watch post podcast. Like once the podcast is over, I'm going to
Right,
watch that
yeah.
list of movies.
I watched this movie by myself when at least went out of town a couple weeks ago. Actually, it would have been about 2 months where like I watched some horror movies because after we've been watching a couple horror movie episodes, I'm now kind of more into.
Chris now loves horror.
I don't love
Yeah.
horror. I want to watch the good stuff like
He's
Us,
got like a
Get Out.
Cenobite room with like hooks and shit that he just goes and
You will know
like
pain.
sinks into his skin and hangs from the ceiling.
That's so funny.
It's awesome.
I was reading a thing
Cuts out
about
his eyes and watches the movies.
Yeah.
we're going.
You know,
We don't need
eyes.
roads.
That was a great episode. It was fun.
Oh man, when we were doing when I was doing some infographics for it, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot he like rips his eyes out and everything. We've been watching some higher end horror movies, like when we watched Halloween. So I wanted to see. So when she was gone, I watched the Halloween 2018, and then I watched Annihilation. I started to watch Hereditary, but Hereditary was freaking me out, so I stopped watching Hereditary. So I just had caught up, and so I watched Annihilation and loved it. Thought it was just really good, definitely thought provoking. I had an unsettled feeling, of course, at the end, which I think all Garland films now apparently that's his thing.
Yeah.
Don't feel comfortable when you're watching this.
Yeah.
Man, did it throw me for a loop when it was Natalie Portman cheated on Oscar Isaac.
Yeah,
How
I
do you
like-
cheat on Oscar Isaac?
I
Well, I
like
mean-
that. I just like those kinds of twists where like they
Oh,
make
absolutely.
you root for this character like they're just like pure good, and then you're like, oh, it's complicated. Yeah.
He was gone though. I mean, presumed dead, right?
No, not
I
at
think that
that
was
point.
before he left.
When
before
she
he
actually
left.
cheated, after he was actually presumed gone, that is
Then
when
she
she
would.
ended the affair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because there was a scene, like when he was leaving, like I think he had figured it out.
He did figure it out,
but he
yeah.
had to go on his mission and he left early. But he knew at that point. And
Do
that
you
was a
think
tough
that
scene to watch.
Maybe that's why she was okay with it in the end. Like, are you Kane? I don't know. Okay, cool. Then you don't remember the shit that I did.
So do you
But
think
that's not her either. That's
That is her, but
it's her, but she's been
different.
affected. That's
She's
okay.
been
I'm
like
with,
mutated.
Exactly. That was my next
Refracted.
question.
then so is he. I mean,
No,
I
no,
think they're the
he's
same thing.
he's a full copy.
That was the pod.
She's changed.
I'm pretty sure Kane Prime pulled the pin on the phosphorus
Boom.
grenade.
Exactly.
Yes. No, I agree.
She's
I,
still.
I agree that one's a full copy. But a copy is the same thing, but a slight
We
change.
clearly saw her copy, like, she pulled the pin on
copy,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that there was what was supposed to happen
She's
in
been
that
mutated,
dance where they
though.
were moving around is that like they switched and then the other one got out.
She wouldn't, like, go plant, though. Or maybe she would. I don't know. But
no,
I don't think so.
so he's a full copy. Her eyes shimmering at the end is just show that I don't think that she's a copy. It doesn't matter either way. And that's
Yeah.
the whole
I mean,
thing.
it's all
is-
our interpretations of what
Yeah,
happened.
exactly. My interpretation is that she is the original her, but she's been deeply affected and changed by her process. And she's a new creature mentally.
See, I take it as she was the other thing because she didn't know the answers to a lot of their questions. And it
Yes, she
seems
did.
like that's deception.
No, she did know. She answered all of them correctly.
No,
but
they were like, oh, what happened to this person? I don't know.
that's no.
What happened here?
She
I
asked
don't know.
what happened to Tessa Thompson's character. I don't know. She's a plant now. That's what I'm saying. It's like she literally didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I've watched this movie like 4 times, so like I'm like super in and everything.
You're an authority on this movie.
The music is so good because it's so minimalist. There's just a few guitar notes every now and then. Then there's just the noise. Noise. And then they have that Crosby, Stills and Nash song, the Helplessly Hoping.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that song is so freaking good. It is so good. There's just like a harlequin. Harlequin is how they say it though. Like it's about like a copy of another, but like there's so much going on in that song. It's like that song was actually written for this movie. It's so good. Anyway, I liked it a lot.
What do you think is up with the tattoo?
Which one?
There's a tattoo on her arm. There's a moment where like all of a sudden you just see her arm and she has this snake tattoo and it was not there before.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
It was. She got it when she was Special Forces. Yes.
I'm reading a note right now. It says a snake tattoo that appears on Lena's forearm is not there before she enters the shimmer. It also appears on the arm of Anya, Gina Rodriguez, as well as on the body of the soldier killed on the wall in the building they enter. The tattoo is a symbol of a snake eating itself, which is an
Ouroboros.
Yes, there you go. I can't pronounce things.
The orange?
I read things and never know how they're said.
Chameleon.
Anyways, it ties to the film's theme of self-destruction. But like, I was wondering what you guys thought about like why it just appears.
That.
No, all right, moving on.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
No, I just that bear might be one of the scariest things on
That
the face
was-
of it.
yeah, that
I
was
don't know if
pretty
there's
When
anything.
it's just like gumming her shoulder,
oh,
Yeah.
and when it
yeah.
opens its mouth and screams with the other girl's voice for the first time,
Help me.
Yeah.
That's some
a good, that's a
freaky
good
shit.
impression. That's a good accent, Chris.
Thanks, my accent.
although to me the freakiest thing
Yeah,
was when they enter the shimmer.
yeah.
And then they wake up and they're like, we went through the food supplies. We've been here about 4 or 5 days as far as we can tell.
Oh yeah.
Like that.
Turn around right now. I'm
That
running
creeped
right back
me
out.
out. Yeah.
Jennifer Jason Leigh is Ventress, which man, I mean, the entire time you're just like, is she gonna pull out 2 lightsabers and fight?
Yeah.
the whole time. Ventress, she was in Hateful Eight. She's Domergue. Yeah.
Daisy Domergue.
Daisy Domergue. Man, just the cast is so freaking good this entire time. The scene that gets me though is when they're cutting open the guy. The guy,
gosh,
and they're just like, oh, no, stop. It's okay. No, stop. And then just reaches his hand inside, and there's a writhing thing inside of him, and then they see the whole tableau up there. Oh man, it's so grossly beautiful the entire time whenever you're watching it, and the fact that there's always the sun being refracted in the background, you can never
all the
everything's
cinematography
filtered.
has got that like the iridescent kind of like
everything
rainbow sort of
it all
reflection
filters
to it.
through.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's just visually stunning. I was very few times lately outside of like watching an MCU or whatever, like where I'm like, paying attention because I've been watching these movies for 22 22 different movies. Am I enthralled by a film? And Ex Machina was one of them, and then of course Annihilation is the newest one because I just watched it. Where I'm like, I am watching this, no other distractions. Like I am paying attention to this movie. Just happens.
I don't know. I was really looking forward to it. Hadn't seen it, and I watched it, was enthralled most of the movie, but just didn't care for the ending. I probably won't watch this one again.
I don't know if I watch it again because I saw it. I watched it multiple times, but I'm saying like it's not one of those ones that I'm going to put into it's not a Raiders of the Lost Ark where they're like, oh man, this movie is enjoyable.
You guys ready to have some fun?
You guys ready to have fun? Yeah. And that's the thing is, and same thing with Ex Machina. I think it's an incredible film and it's super important.
To contrast that though,
please do.
A movie that I feel like is kind of presented in a similar vein was, did you guys see Arrival?
I couldn't watch Arrival again.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I watched it twice because I liked that movie. I enjoyed every part of it, so I wanted to watch it again. And like I said, they're similar type movies where it feels like it's very artsy and it's got a very big message to send.
Villain, I can't say the guy's last name. He's the one doing Dune with Oscar Isaac.
Did he do Arrival?
He did Arrival.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I watched that movie a couple times because I was like, I want to understand more. It's so good. I liked it.
That's how it was when I watched Annihilation. I thought it was an incredible film.
That's the contrast I'm making, is that I don't feel that with Annihilation.
Well, because you got it, or you didn't get it. So here's the thing that happens.
I'm an idiot, Chris.
So what?
Explain it to me.
I know, right? You guys don't understand. That's how you talk to me. You don't understand, like
because you're supposed to like good things.
It's true. You're right. Yeah, you're right. I like to like things. I really do. Darnie, I'm glad that you got to see this. Corey, I'm just glad that we can actually like talk about it and everything.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it for most of the movie. I just thought that the ending, I felt like it needed a stronger ending. I don't know why.
The ending wasn't. I found the ending to be incredible. That it's just no, but I
don't know what I wanted. I don't know what I expected.
Yeah, what did you expect?
Yeah, I don't know if I could write
just
it
not
better.
It was almost like endearing, this new Kane, because like when he says, I don't know, he's this new thing and he gets to experience the world, which I think is what this alien force does. So it's like, you go, dude, get out there and see what the world has to offer.
And that's
you.
The thing is, it's an entirely new creature, and that was the whole process. It's similar to like when you're watching Ex Machina. Is that like this is a new being going into a new world? What does that look like? Assimilation. Like you're getting into assimilation. What is real? What is existence? Like it's far out, man.
Yeah,
it's far out.
That was the thing that I think I liked the most about it, is that what it felt like to me was this new entity that had come to Earth, and it really was just sort of experimenting with
wasn't evil.
DNA.
It was not evil.
It was just trying to understand.
And that's
it.
the
Like,
thing
okay,
too.
what happens when I manipulate this?
Exactly.
I'm just refracting. When I change this, and now you got like these animal plant hybrids, and you got
what happens if I cross a shark and an alligator? Oh shit!
Yeah, it was.
Right.
Maybe not do that again.
Don't do that.
From our perspective, it seems evil or wrong.
Exactly.
But from its perspective, it was just objective, just like DNA. Let me play with this. What happens if I change this guanine to anine?
But it wasn't. And that's the thing.
Hopefully
it's even on a
correct terms for.
Good job, buddy. Good job. And that's actually what I found so interesting about it. No, nothing in this is evil. There's nothing evil in this entire thing, except for cheating on Oscar Isaac. Don't cheat on him. He's too sexy. It's just nature. You can't be mad at a tornado. You can't be mad at, you know what I mean? Like it's not evil. It's just natural. You can hate it.
Debate it's not quite nature. It's not natural selection. It was artificial selection. It was definitely, I think it was experimenting with things.
I don't think that I think that you're giving it too much credit in terms of intelligence. I just think it was literally just a piece of another planet assimilating into another planet, which is what cancer is. It's just a part of you that's not correct.
Yeah, it's just not following the plan.
Exactly, and that's all it is. It's following its own plan.
Yeah,
and so
it's a random plan,
and that's it. And that's what was happening. It wasn't actually doing anything on purpose. Everything was just it comes into contact with something. This happens.
Yeah,
comes into contact with
it
something.
It didn't come here to conquer Earth.
It didn't exactly. It was a random happening. That's why calling it a seed. I just think it was random. Anyway.
Well, seeds don't have like well-constructed plans to conquer soil.
That's why I'm saying there's an artificial element to it. A seed has instructions to just do its thing. It does that one thing.
And that's what's happening.
But I feel like it was more orchestrated. Why did it want to escape? Why did it want to get out?
It didn't want to escape or get out. It was just doing.
You don't understand this movie.
No.
But it did, because Oscar Isaac got out.
It didn't have anything to escape from, though. I mean, the shimmer was
just expanding.
part of its, birth
What I
process.
thought they were going to say in the end was like the shimmer actually was like the cell wall. The whole thing was like
And
a cell that was going to then
And that is what it was
Yeah.
at the same time. This entire thing was
and this was all like a microcosm of what's going on inside of a cell. This whole,
exactly.
like, little
No, and you are
microbiology.
correct. They didn't
Yeah.
have to say it because that's what it was.
Yeah.
So congratulations. You got Annihilation.
I got annihilated.
Is there anything worse than a slow clap? There really isn't. It's just like I think, Emperor Palpatine invented the slow clap.
Have you ever actually been a part of like a real, like a natural occurring slow clap?
Literally just happened
Oh, really?
10 seconds ago.
No. But I mean, like one
a
on a large
sincere
scale.
one, not a sarcastic one.
Yeah, sincere one.
Then no, I have not.
I actually started one time. It was really funny. So back in the day
So it wasn't sincere, was it?
when Dodgeball was a movie, me
It's still a movie.
Still is.
okay. When Dodgeball came out, so
It hasn't ceased to
I was
exist.
trying to reference that the movie came out, and then people started playing Dodgeball a lot, right?
Gotcha.
So we started playing as like as an after church kind of activity. Then we found out that there was like the Boys and Girls Club was actually going to do a competition. So we're like, oh, we got to do this.
You're not a boy anymore.
So me and my brother,
You just go out there, just start
Me and my
kicking
brother
kids.
and all
Just
of our
start kicking
friends.
kids around. Get the F out of my way, kid. I'm going to dodgeball your face.
there was probably maybe 30 or 40 of us that all went out and played all the time.
Gotcha.
But we could only pick a team of 6. So me and my brother picked like our favorite friends and we made a team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of the other people got upset, like, why'd you pick them? We're better than them, whatever. It was just because those were our friends. It wasn't because I was picking the best team. So they came up with
And
their
that's
own
why
team.
you failed.
So they came up with their own team.
Okay.
And so we're both in this competition. We're playing, like we fully dressed up as ninjas. It was pretty badass. we did win.
I beg to differ, but continue.
We did win.
Nerds.
We were the crowd favorites. We won like the best costume.
Okay.
And a lot of people came dressed up because the movie was that way, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, so we had progressed, farther than the other team. And
Gotcha.
like, their whole purpose of being together was like they wanted to show us like they were better than we were, and we ended up progressing to the next stage, and they lost at that stage. And like when they was just so sad, they were so upset, and I just started. And then 2 more people come in, and it was the whole crowd ended up like clapping. I legit started a slow clap, and it was the greatest moment of my life. No, it was
Kids
just a lot of fun.
slow clap, wedding, kids being
It was
born.
kind of a douchey thing, but in the end, it turned out like we were all like cheering and clapping for them.
That was a long story.
It was a long story, but you asked. You wanted to hear it.
I didn't ask.
You begged me.
You offered it up
You said-
freely.
May you tell that story, please?
May you please tell that story. Oh my gosh.
You're refracting Chris's desires.
Oh man.
So back to Annihilation.
That's so good. Good job. You guys want to move on?
Yeah, that's
These are really good movies, and we enjoyed them thoroughly. And there's actually not a ton wrong with them.
It's good.
This one's going to be interesting. So we got subjectively gooder, where we decide if the 3 movies we did this week are better than the movies we did for the last main episode. So last main episode that we did was Make Me Laugh, Funny Man, which would have been Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Truman Show, and the Majestic, the forgettable one.
This one's tough.
I will go with these 3 for sure.
I think it's these 3 as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Ugh,
These
that's
are
tough.
3. But Eternal
Sunshine makes this hard.
it makes us hard. But no, this episode.
I
is,
feel like both of them have 2 really great movies.
Yeah.
Like for me, the 2 great movies are Sucker Punch. I know for you it's Annihilation, but for me it's Sucker Punch and Ex Machina. For you it's Annihilation and Ex Machina. So like there's 2 solid movies. I feel like there was 2 really great movies in the other one too,
no, these ones.
which are better. But I do think that these are maybe more important movies.
Bigger in scope and
Yeah.
scale. I would
God,
say
Eternal Sunshine though is so good.
So good. This is one of our hardest ones.
It's a dead tie for me.
and it
honestly.
doesn't get
You
any
can't-
more.
you can't
I can do whatever I want. You know why? Because I am 1/3 of this show.
That's
I can
true.
do what I want, and I'm ending the show, so I can do whatever the hell I want.
It doesn't get any more small
No,
scale
I went
than
through the
Eternal
show,
Sunshine.
and I'm ending the show.
I'm indifferent either
Wait,
way.
here's the thing. We all know Dave
Donnie
Morgan.
really wants to get this point out.
Dave Morgan is
we
ending
just
this
keep
show.
like
I
steamrolling
mean,
him.
it's just they're the same. It's hard. How do I express this? Yeah.
Sorry, Donnie, please continue.
Very similar movies, but like opposite in scale. Like Eternal Sunshine, it doesn't get any more smaller in scale. It's one couple, one relationship.
Yeah.
Whereas these other like Ex Machina and
Well,
it's
Ex
like,
Machina though is there's only 3 people,
World-changing,
4
yeah.
really only
But
4
it-
people in the entire cast.
but I mean the
But it has
scope is
global
vast.
impact.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Ava gets out, like the world is now changed.
Yeah.
Right.
And same thing with Kane in the other one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's hard to even compare them, but I think I would lean towards this one.
Yeah. I'm still 50-50.
So lucky that we have movies like this. Just reminds me of what a terrible job Mike and Morgan did making us watch those garbage movies that almost broke Corey. That's why we're stopping this podcast.
No,
man,
that's
no,
not
it's not. That's not at all.
No, and I look back at those movies and I actually now think of them fondly, and I feel bad that they might have felt like they upset me. It was probably just what was maybe going on in my life at that time. I might have just been in the wrong headspace.
We need to watch them together.
And then watching those movies and just feeling like this is a waste of my time. But like I enjoyed the overall experience in the end.
No, it's gallows humor now. Like,
Yeah.
we went through this together.
Yeah.
Well, I'm older than you guys.
Yes.
And as I get
We know
older
this.
and closer to
We
death,
know that it definitely shows.
I feel like I'm getting just less hung up on stupid shit. So I mean, I enjoyed the Mike and Morgan Mike and Morgan movies.
Morgan. I do actually understand.
I love
get
Fab and Morgan. No, I enjoy. They were dumb, but I still enjoyed like prepping that.
I also agree with what you're saying. There were I think the fanboy in me is left. It has left, and now it's just like, just enjoy it if you're enjoying it.
You exercise
Or
the fanboy
stop,
demon.
or stop.
Just come out of you.
Ugh. Alien was on the other day, so now I'm thinking of when Ash gets his head smashed.
Oh yeah.
No, I totally get what Darie's saying. Either I'm going to watch it and then I'll enjoy it no matter what kind of thing, or I just won't watch that. Like
there's still garbage.
Absolutely.
I mean, that
is 100% true.
Yeah, there are movies that, like the Troll one.
Oh yeah,
Not super enjoyable. I mean, there were some laughy moments at how bad it was, but like Samurai Cop and the other one, Miami Connection. Did I get it right?
you did.
I liked those movies.
They said, and both of them realized it, that we don't watch the movies together. And they said those are one of those things where like it's like watching The Room with all your friends.
I have that.
Or going to see Rocky Horror Picture together.
I have that first song from Miami Connection just on a loop in my car, like since we watched that movie.
Loyalty, honesty,
friendships, friends.
Oh my gosh.
Forever.
So funny.
It's good.
We don't declare each other the winner here at MGT. That's for you, the Twitter poll, and the American Psychiatric Association to decide. But we do think someone should win or lose, so we have gooder, badder, fugly, just for that reason. You guys got winners?
Yeah, I do.
It was
Ava.
Yeah, I know, mine too.
She becomes our new robot overlord. I for
she's-
one, welcome her.
Yeah.
You know, I retract all my statements where I spoke negatively about her in the past.
I retract
super-
all.
I
She's
submit
super
myself to her
fragile,
will.
though.
No, but she's so smart. She's so
smart.
clever. Like she played those guys. She got out. She's going to just assimilate more information and find more people to play and just get more power.
Unless she's like constructing more of her, though.
Yeah, but she's like the prime one though. She'll
I don't
she'll make
see.
a
The
whole
thing
army
is
beneath
now
her.
she's a. I'm not saying that she's going to like even become the overlord. She might just live a solitary life. She gets everything that she wants. She's the only character in all of these movies that gets exactly what they want. That's why she's the winner, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't even think that she's going to like take over the world. I don't even think that's part of her. I don't even think she cares about that. I think she just wants to be free, and she wanted to exist.
But she didn't like. She left information. Like eventually, somebody's going to discover that compound, and like all that footage and everything else is still there. Somebody's going to put it together. There's even footage of her leaving. Somebody's going to put it together that she's out there.
Maybe
That could be part two. Maybe.
ex machina more.
I was trying
Extra machina. There it is. Nailed it.
extra much. Yeah. Okay, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. My son had asked what because we're watching Lost right now.
Yeah.
We take my kids through Lost, and he asked what ex machina meant, and I was explaining that it comes from Deus ex machina, and I don't know where it's going with this. That's all.
You just explain it to your son.
No, I had a point, and
I mean, good job. You're explaining your son Latin. Good job.
Yeah, I don't remember what I was going to say about it.
Latin bitch.
You got me you got me all off track with
Mine
the,
is
with the
every
extra
time.
Machina.
Mine is Machina is always from Final Fantasy X. Did you guys play 10?
Yeah, I did.
Don't look
Yeah.
at me. I didn't play any
Did you play
Final
10
Fantasy.
too?
Oh, of course I did. 10-2 is amazing. People deride it.
It was
10-2
it
was
not 10.
10 was a masterpiece for sure.
10 was a masterpiece. And so like, of course we're going to play the sequel and we're playing it. And we're like, okay, this is cool. I get I get some new dance moves, I guess. And I get to pair these boots with this coat. Like it's very like female power. Like
It was definitely
a different movie,
but it was
a different game.
But it was so much fun to play.
One of my best friends still to this day, he says that he used to come over and my brother would be playing 10-2 and my brother would just instantly turn it off because he didn't want him to see because we were just trying to figure it out. We're like, well, this isn't quite 10. But
Okay, so just super quick because this does deserve to be spoken of. 10 was your normal like. Final Fantasy,
RPG,
JRPG.
I played half of 7. Spoiler, Eris dies.
Yeah. 30-year-old spoiler. No, it's a terrible time. I cannot wait for the 7 remake. It's going to be, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
10 was just it's very good. But one of the things that they had like this like odd way where like they had like a soccer game called Blitzball.
Which is so fun. I could just get lost just playing Blitzball.
So, but like somehow because of the way that the game worked, like that had been upgraded to like a religion almost. And so one of the things was that they
Not like soccer then.
I know, yeah. But so then they had these things. Everything that was mechanical was forbidden, and they called it Machina. But like always, like really emphasized.
Yeah,
that's why I was saying it earlier. The Machina.
Okay.
But anyway, so 10-2 was the direct sequel, which they almost have never done a direct actual sequel. And 10-2 focused mainly on 2 of the main female characters and added a third one, and everything had to be costume changes was how you did your powers. Now here's the thing. It sounds ridiculously and dumb.
Ridiculous.
But the thing was it
was
worked.
fun.
It worked.
It was
and it was
fun.
very fun.
Yeah.
It's actually the most fun fight system out of any of the
I
Final
don't remember
Fantasies.
it because I just kind of like erased it from my brain.
But anyway,
I don't think I finished it.
But it was so much. You fetished it, is what you did. But anyway, it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it. And your brother should not be ashamed. Andre, if you're listening right now, which I hope you are. 1, I'm not sure. Then the second one, don't be ashamed.
That's funny. Did you guys have winners?
Oh yeah, my winner was Ava for 100%.
So you agree?
100%.
Um.
And Donnie's falling asleep.
I know.
Yeah.
He's like, I got a loser. Me right now, listening to your guys' drabble.
Yes, Ava.
Yeah, good job. You guys got losers?
My loser is Baby Doll.
Me too. Are we?
Yeah. Are we friends?
No, are we going to go 3 for 3? I'm very curious if we're going to go 3 for 3.
I didn't write it fugly. So you go first, and then I'll say me too.
Okay, good.
No, but Baby Doll, she lost her mom. She lost her sister. She lost her inheritance.
Lost everything.
She lost her mind.
But
where is her mind?
But she
Where
gained
is her
paradise.
mind?
She's in paradise now.
Where is her mind?
No, she's not, because it doesn't exist. That's the whole thing, is that there's no victory.
Well, I mean, that's what they were calling it.
I
though.
know. You got a loser?
There were
Yeah, there were a lot of
to
losers.
choose from. Probably the Valkyrie
The Valkyrie. What? Oh, he's talking about
in
the actress?
Annihilation. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Tessa Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Like, was that what dream sequence is that in Sucker Punch? Was there Valkyrie in there?
She shouldn't have even been on that team.
Poor thing. I know. Yeah.
Like fresh out of grad school and like no combat training. And
I was saying that the whole time. Like, why did they give them those assault rifles if they weren't actually military trained? Because like Natalie Portman was, but the rest
get
of them
their
weren't.
guns. Gotta get the guns.
Yeah, I don't think they should have guns. Like they should have had an escort, a military escort to go in with them.
That is true.
But I guess the whole idea was that they wanted to send non-military in
because everything
thinking
else
that it
is
was maybe threatening whatever was in there.
Exactly.
But they still came in with guns. So I don't know. Of
course,
you got to have some kind of protection.
America,
against
America, you guys get your guns. Get your guns.
Help me, bears.
You guys got Fuglies? I got mine.
Go first.
The bear.
Me too.
Hey, 3 for 3.
I'm not even joking. The bear was, when I was thinking through the whole episode, like that's probably the worst thing.
Horrifying.
no, the cook from Sucker Punch.
You know what's funny? He never changed. In all the layers, he was always the same.
Yeah.
it's driving me insane that you're comparing it to Inception in
I'm
any
not.
way.
It's layers, Donnie. Like Don, you're not Donnie. Chris, it's layers.
whatever, Donnie.
Chris, I'm definitely talking to Chris because Donnie
Chris,
is brilliant.
right
Chris,
now.
on the other hand,
He's a moron,
I have to explain these movies to him.
but only in an accent will I hear when I listen to you.
These movies have layers.
Oh, tarnation!
See, that's where I default to this country. Like,
yeah, you gotta
if I don't think about an accent,
ride my house, my horse.
if
my
I don't
house.
think about a specific accent, and I just do accent. It always ends up being
Accent.
country.
Hey, it's me, Christopher Walken. I was in Catch Me If You Can. You remember that movie? It had Leonardo DiCaprio in it. We could have done that one for a couple episodes
I'm
ago.
best known for awkward speech mannerisms and pauses. Yeah!
Hee-haw. People just like the way I talk. I shoved this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass for 6 years. Now this is yours. Your birthright.
You guys are doing a thing, and I got lost.
That was Pulp Fiction.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We're still being Christopher Walken. Couldn't you tell by our accent?
By your impression.
We done?
Yeah, we're done.
We feel good.
Let's be done.
One down.
Penultimate episode done.
One down. 2 more to go. Oh, that feels weird to say. That is going to do it for us.
Final countdown. Keep going.
Sorry about that's going to do it for us. The MGT recording bunker. I'm all pumped now. You can review and subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts while we last. If you think you know anyone would like our show, tell them about us. We, you really don't have anything to lose. You can still follow us on Twitter at MGT Podcast, on Instagram and Facebook at More Gooder Than. Email us at moregooderthan@gmail.com. Hey, call the hotline. It's only open for one more episode. That's 661-489-7323. Visit our website, mgtpodcast.com. You can support us via Patreon for I don't know why you would do that. That's a terrible idea. Like Nan, our great and powerful sponsor, not Dave Morgan. You can also visit our actual sponsors page and purchase an item from Range Outdoors. Go be free. There you can buy a nice something with our logo on
Nothing.
it?
Stores closed.
Stores closed.
Forever.
You can buy a clothes sign that has MGT on it.
MGT logo designed by Mary Madewell. Home Tree logo designed by Dan Nicholson. And of course, for now, we're proud members of the Podfix Network. Follow us at Podfix on Twitter and podfixnetwork.com. So remember, episode 70 goodie bag and episode 70, those are going to be our final ones. So please join us and send in messages, anything that you want to be heard. We love all of you deeply, and we're hoping to refract with you later. That's bye for me, Chris and Corey.
Later.
And Donnie.
See ya.
This was a podcast from the Podfix Network. You can check out more shows like it at podfixnetwork.com.